Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener-supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast. 10 minutes past 8 o'clock. It is Thursday morning, the 29th day of January 2026. Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Michlin. Thanks for tuning in to KSJE 90.9 FM over the air right here in San Juan County, New Mexico. In Durango, Colorado, we broadcast at frequency 103.3 FM. And if you're listening to my voice anywhere else on the planet, you've gone to our website to do that, ksje.com, or maybe you're listening through the new KSJE radio app. It is great to have you all with us this morning. Also want to welcome our viewers who are joining us to see the program. The video is streaming out live this morning to the KSJE YouTube channel and be on Facebook momentarily. So thank you for joining us as well this morning. Coming up in the next few moments today, we are talking about the big celebration in the city of Farmington this year, celebrating Farmington's 125th anniversary. It is happening all year long. We'll get some insights on what is planned from my guests coming up in the next few moments right here on KSJE. Then, of course, we invite you to stay tuned. Mick Hess will take over the studio. Our classical music program, Roving with the Arts, begins a little less than an hour from now at 9:06 on KSJE. You can also connect with us on other forms of social media like Instagram and Blue Sky and X, in addition to Facebook and YouTube. And if you're a podcast listener, a reminder, you can subscribe for free to KSJE Podcasts. They're available wherever you listen to podcasts, so check it out and maybe discover a new local program that you may have missed. Also, the new KSJE radio app is a great way to connect with us too. Podcasts are right there. Listen live, streaming, all of that. You can find it now at the App Store or on Google Play. Outside our studios this morning at San Juan College, sunny and 23 degrees at the moment. We're expecting a lot of sunshine today with a high of 44 degrees in Farmington. Clear and 22 overnight. It'll be sunny and 45 on Friday, 47 by Saturday. Sunshine and 50 degrees by Sunday, and highs in the lower 50s in the early part of next week with overnight lows right around 30 degrees. I'll be back with my guests from the city of Farmington right after this on KSJE. KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center, your community hospital serving the Four Corners. With a 115-year history of improving the quality of life, health, and care of individuals and families throughout our region. When life happens, San Juan Regional Medical Center is here to serve everybody. Find out more at sanjuanregional.com. Ready to make a difference close to home? The University of Denver Graduate School of Social Work Four Corners program is accepting applications for the 2026-2028 Master of Social Work cohort. Classes meet Fridays in Durango, letting you keep working. Learn more at du.edu/socialwork/Four Corners. Students can change the future with DU and apply now for lasting impact.
Now back to Studio A and the award-winning Scott Michlin morning program on KSJE.
And back in the studio, as I mentioned, my guest this morning from the city of Farmington to talk about the 125th anniversary, which will be a year-long celebration. Christa Chapman is here this morning. She is the Director of Cultural Affairs for the city of Farmington. Good morning. Welcome back to KSJE.
Good morning.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in. Also, Nathan Augustine is here this morning, the director of the Farmington Museums. Nathan, welcome back to you, to KSJE. Great to have you here as well. And very exciting that this is happening, the 125th anniversary. Some of us are old enough to remember the 100th anniversary back in 2001. But here we go again, to coin a phrase, Christa Chapman, a big year-long celebration.
Yes, yeah. We and also it's the US 250
yes,
anniversary.
It is. That's right.
So that was exciting. Though I will say in Farmington we are really excited about the 125 and spending a lot of our effort celebrating that because it's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, very much so. And so to get us started, I guess I want to share a video that was produced by the city to kind of talk a little bit about this and what kind of is planned and the whole idea behind it. So let's take a look at that, and then we'll pick up our conversation in just a moment. And listeners and viewers may recognize the voice in this video. Let's see if they do.
Farmington's story is one of resilience, community, and vision. Since 1901, we've been a crossroads of culture, commerce, and adventure in the Four Corners region. We have weathered challenges and embraced opportunity, always growing stronger together. Farmington continues to shine as a gathering place where the rivers meet and people thrive. Whether your roots run deep in these ancestral lands or you've only recently arrived, Farmington welcomes you as a part of its story. In 2026, we proudly commemorate our Sesquicentennial, 125 years of history, progress, and growth. We'll honor this milestone all year long by weaving the 125th celebration into Farmington's signature events and beloved community gatherings. From the traditions you know and love to events you may be discovering for the first time, 2026 will be filled with memorable celebration of Farmington's 125th. This is your celebration, and we invite you to take part. Add the Farmington 125th anniversary theme to your community events. Share your stories of what Farmington means to you, or volunteer your time to keep our city vibrant and welcoming. With every story shared and every tradition celebrated, we strengthen the fabric of our community and set the stage for Farmington's next 125 years. If you're ready to get involved, details and resources are available at farmingtonnm.gov/125. Thank you for your continued support. We look forward to celebrating with you.
A little bit about the plans for the 125th here at City of Farmington. My guest this morning, as I mentioned, Christa Chapman is here, Nathan Augustine from the Farmington Museums and the Cultural Affairs Department. And so with that lead up, I guess, what have you got planned? As we heard, a lot of the signature events will have this kind of extra stamp on it to celebrate 125 years?
Yeah, I mean, as you saw in that video, all of those things were filmed this last year, and so they are already happening. So this community just has like so many incredible events, and from all different people. You know, the city puts on some, there was college was featured in there. We have so many private organizations that do it. So we didn't feel like we needed to create something special or new because we are already pretty jam-packed. But what we are doing is just infusing the 125 into all of that and then maybe beefing stuff up or doing something a little bit extra with the things that we are doing. I will say the exception is the museum because they are the keepers of the history of Farmington. So so we are doing some stuff at the museum that is special.
Very cool, which we'll talk about in just a moment. So that's why Nathan is here. But you are also encouraging other community events and nonprofits and for-profits that do events to maybe kind of include the 125th messaging with their event this year?
Yeah, exactly. So we have feather flags, we have logos, we have swag that we can help get you. So there's ways that you can incorporate that branding into what you're already doing. You just go to the farmingtonnm.gov/125 and there's an application on there and you can apply to get the extra branding stuff to go along with it and the support.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Which is the website we saw in that video. So
and then our marketing team will be out and about and they're going to be capturing again, you know, what's happening in the community. They're going to be talking to people, collecting stories, and then they're going to put together at the end of the year sort of a wrap up video of a compilation of all the great things that people have to say about Farmington and the 125. So
Yeah, there you
that'd be
go.
exciting.
Very cool. Excellent. Well, let's move over to Nathan to talk a little bit about the museum's part in all this. We were talking a little bit before we came on the air this morning about some of the things you have planned, but it will be kind of a year-long celebration at the museum with some of the events you've got coming and exhibits you have coming.
Absolutely, yeah. So just like with what Christa said, we have a lot of things that we're going to be doing, that we're doing already, that we're going to kind of add and ramp up to celebrate the 125th. The first one is going to be on April 25th. We're going to be opening a lowrider culture exhibit. It's a collection of photographs from the Smithsonian Institution talking about lowrider culture. But
Very big in New Mexico, of
right,
course.
exactly.
Right, of course.
Just a little bit big
Yeah.
here in New Mexico. But
It was invented here.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
and we're adding to that. We're borrowing 4 of the best lowrider cars in New Mexico, and they're going to be here. If people are into this, they've heard of Lolo Medina. We're borrowing one of his classic Chevy Impala. We're also borrowing Casanova, which is one of the most famous cars in America, not just in New Mexico. But these 4 cars are going to be in the gallery, just like a regular part of the exhibit, and then also
Well, they really are works of art, so it makes
Oh my
perfect
gosh.
sense that they're in the
Yeah.
gallery. Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm going to interject too. We kind of,
Yeah.
or I didn't know this, so we were watching the video from Smithsonian that was going to be in the exhibit,
Sure.
and one of the cars, the Lolo Medina car that's in, that we happened to it got recommended and we picked to be in the gallery, is in the actual Smithsonian video. So
See?
very cool.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're going to have that, and so there'll be actual cars in the exhibit.
Actual cars in the exhibit, and then to kick this exhibit off on April 25th, we're going to be having a car show. Technically, it's what they call a park and chill.
You can tell we're not low.
Right, exactly.
Park and
We're
chill.
learning the
Okay.
lingo.
All right. Well, that's okay.
Right.
So are we.
I guess park and chill, show and shine. There's a couple of different names for
I
it.
gotcha. Sure.
But that's going to be on Saturday, the Saturday that the exhibit opens, and it's going to be a community-wide event. We're inviting everyone with a classic car to come to the parking lot of the museum. We're going to give priority, of course, to the lowriders who are participating and have helped us get this exhibit going.
Right.
But
Not just limited to lowriders.
but not just limited to lowriders.
Include
Anyone
others
who's got a
with classic
classic
cars.
car that they want to show off,
Okay.
then they're welcome to bring it down. And we're going to have live music. We're going to have dancers. We're going to have food vendors and
Nice.
all sorts of fun and exciting things. We're going to spend the whole day. I think it starts at 10 a.m. and goes until we're done.
Nice. And that's in April, you said, right?
Right,
Coming in April.
April
And how
25th.
long will that exhibit be here at the
That
museum?
exhibit will be here for 3 months.
Nice.
It ends in
July.
July.
Okay.
Then immediately after that, we're going to open a 125th exhibit in the museum in the atrium area, celebrating. It's going to be celebrating the history of Farmington, starting with the founding year, 1901, and we're going to have before and after photographs. We're going to have artifacts. We're going to also be doing a time capsule that will be soliciting from civic organizations and schools, kids, and stuff like that, items to put into the time capsule. And also talking about there was a time capsule that was made
25 years
25 years ago at the 100th
Okay.
anniversary.
Right.
So we're going to be kind of referencing that as well.
Showing off what was put in that one.
Right.
Okay,
exactly.
you're going to open it up then.
Yeah.
You'll open up that one?
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of.
Kind of, maybe.
Well, so I
Oh.
think they got so much stuff from the community it wouldn't actually fit in a capsule.
Oh, I
So
see.
it went into the museum collections under a time capsule collection. So we
Okay. So
unearthed
you're able
all
to-
this stuff. Yeah, because
Okay.
when we actually put it together, so we're going to have that displayed out there.
Right.
I know it's a little... But this time we bought a capsule. It's
Right.
big,
Okay.
square.
You've got
It's not
room
like
for
it's not like
stuff.
one of these little tube jobbers you think of. It's like a
Serious.
cabinet.
You're serious about it.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
All right. Excellent.
And we'll embed that in
Yeah.
the side of the wall at the museum because,
Okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of confusion. People forgot there was a time capsule because when you hide it, you forget about it. You know,
Right.
25 years, a long time.
Well, right.
Yep.
Not all
Exactly.
of us, Scott Michlin, were working
Not-
professionally in the
Well,
the
that's
city.
Yes, thank you. But that'll be exciting. Well, and exciting to kind of see, I think, what people
Yeah.
thought to put away 25
Yeah.
years ago, because things have changed for sure. And so it'll be kind of fun to see. Have you kind of dug into that to see a little bit about what some of those things are?
Yeah, a little bit, and it's
Can you share anything that you
certainly
surprised you?
Well, I don't know that anything surprised me, but some of the biggest changes are technology.
Of course.
Obviously,
Yeah.
they have VHS tapes. If you know what those are.
Whole careers on VHS tapes. Yeah, sure.
There's a Palm Pilot in there.
Oh, nice.
Do you
Yes,
remember
exactly.
those?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, technology is the thing that's changed the most and is the most obviously
Right.
different now.
Right.
I mean, they have a cell phone, but
That probably
it's-
fills up. That's where all your space went, trying to
Yeah.
hold that big giant brick of a cell phone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very good. Well, that'll be exciting to see
Yeah.
as well. And so that is some of the exhibits that you have coming up. That 125th will kind of be that history. And of course, I think one of the more fascinating stories, as you know, of course, is the big growth spurt that Farmington experienced with the oil and gas boom in the 1950s. And that story is always great to share. And I think remind newcomers and visitors to town a little bit about that literally explosive growth that happened during that decade. And so I know that'll be a big part of it, but also some of the more modern changes and evolving and all those things too. So that's exciting. How about the second half of the year? Can we talk about that?
Sure,
I know
absolutely.
you've thought about it. So
Yeah, I've
let's
definitely
talk
thought
about it.
Yeah, so another big exhibit that we have coming up is called Fierce Planets. It's kind of an interesting fusion, I guess, of quilting and astronomical science. So
The two together. Okay.
Two together, right?
All
Exactly.
I'm with you.
But it works. It
Okay,
really does.
right.
So it's 42 quilts that are all about astronomy and what happens on other planets. One of them features the Jupiter Great Red Spot up close,
Right.
As if you were witnessing it, right nearby. There's other ones about asteroids and the night sky and all sorts of interesting things. And for that one, we're also going to be having a Saturday community event where we're going to invite all of the astronomy enthusiasts in the area, which, again, there's plenty of, along with quilters, to just come and experience this exhibit and get to know it and probably do some planetarium things around that as well.
Right.
Yeah, Johns Hopkins University actually commissioned that exhibition, and I have selfishly been kind of obsessed with textile art over the last few years. And so when it was right before Nathan got here, that the crew and I were looking at it when I was having to sit in his seat for a minute, and we were just like, it's so beautiful, the abstract representations of it. But I was
Maybe a little different from what we think of as quilts, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
They're very just beautiful pieces of art. And I think there's some clothing, there's like a shirt in there too. So there's some like just different textile art. And so, so it was just such a fun mix of things. And I was surprised to hear that Johns Hopkins is like, man, the astronomers are really coming out for this, which I was thinking it would be the quilters that were excited, but it's really this fusion of science and art. So it's beautiful. And we have such an active quilting community here, so we're hoping that we can do something with them.
I would think they'd want to
Yeah.
be involved for sure.
Yeah.
And these quilts are made from all over the world. There's probably a dozen or so Americans, but there's also people from France, Asia, all over the world people are contributing to this exhibit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So cool.
Exciting. And so that's going to be on display when?
That's
again?
coming in November.
November.
Yeah, actually, the first, we just moved it, it's the first weekend in December.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that'll be through the end of the year at
Through the
least?
end of the year,
If
yeah.
not longer. Okay. Got you. Very good. And so, and of course, interspersed, I would think, between these exhibits and other things will be other special events throughout the year and other things at the other facilities. I mean, again, we talk about the Farmington Museum, but we can't forget about
Everybody.
the Children's Museum and
Yeah.
the Museum of Art and Culture and some other places, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So, so two things. One is the Museum of Art and Culture. We're going to have a global headwear exhibition there. So I know it's Navajo art and culture, but we thought we'd take the opportunity to sort of highlight just indigenous culture because people are interested about what's happening across the world. So
Sure.
that is going to be so fun. So they're basically hats from
Okay.
like ceremonial hats from all over the world. That'll be
But they can be
in
very
there.
elaborate, can they not?
Oh my
I mean,
gosh, they're
right?
so
Thematically,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just so they're unique, So there's like one that looks like a koala head and one that looks like and they're interesting. One of our coworkers was like, these hats are all so ugly. But then we had like a 30-minute conversation about all that.
Right.
So I'm like, they're not so ugly. They're just unique. You know? It's like, I'm not going to wear it on Saturday. But,
True, right? But
So
what they
it's just
represent in those cultures,
Right,
right? To learn the
exactly,
story gives more, I think,
exactly.
understanding to them, right?
But then we
Right,
had this huge conversation about all the cultures and like how cool they were. And she's like, okay, I've changed my mind. It's really cool.
Good.
So yeah, no, it was good. So we're excited about that.
Yeah.
And then also the Civic Center is also turning 50 the same year that Farmington is 125
Really?
and the US
Okay.
is
Yeah.
250. So
This is quite the year for these
exactly.
big
We're finding all these
anniversaries.
anniversaries. So we're going to do a couple things at the Civic Center. I think we're going to have a disco party because, 1970, I can't do my math.
What, you have 76?
76
Yeah, that was
would have
the
been
height.
the year that it
Yeah.
opened, so we're going to do
Again, some of us remember.
I don't remember that one. I was
Okay.
here 25 years ago, but that was a little bit.
Right.
But
A disco party, I like
yeah,
it.
I've watched a lot of movies, so
Okay.
it'll be cool.
Bell
So that'll be fun.
bottoms, afros, is that
Yeah,
what we're talking
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and
All
then
right.
yeah, Gina, our marketing person for the city, she's like, I want to do like Jello molds for the food and like.
Well,
Yeah,
Gina,
right? That's the
we don't have
best
to
part
do
of the
everything
70s.
from the
Right.
70s, but I appreciate her
that'll be-
enthusiasm.
right. And
Yeah.
then, but actually, Ed Hasenbaugh, who's our technical director for the theater, and he kind of grew up in that Civic Center theater, he was the one that brought it to our attention. So he wants to do like a concert in the actual theater part, because the theater was the first part that was dedicated in 76, and then it was actually a year later that the exhibit halls were opened. And
Right.
so he's putting together some fun ideas about just doing like a free benefit concert or something
Nice.
in the theater. So,
Sure.
yeah, so we've got some fun stuff coming.
Very exciting. Will you
Yeah.
dust off the disco ball maybe with some
Oh yeah, we got
events,
some
right?
disco balls. I am
Okay.
so excited. So yeah.
Right? Very good. And if I recall, and someone probably will correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe one of the votes for the Civic Center was really close
Oh,
with
my
the
gosh,
city
yes.
to
Yeah.
pass to build the Civic Center. Am I remembering that
Yes,
correctly,
yeah.
Krista? Was it like one or two votes or some
It was very close,
small
yeah.
margin to
I think
to
it was
get
one vote,
the
yeah,
votes
yeah.
to do that and look at what it's done in the community and how it's grown and the events that it hosts and all the community events. and things.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it's just such a signature place in our community, and that place is booked constantly. So there's a huge need,
Right.
huge need
We
for
just
that
had
kind of space.
Randy
So-
Weston, he was talking a little about that, and Jordan too, a little bit, talking how busy they were, especially at the holiday season. But I know year round it seems like it's busy all the time.
Well, and I will say right now, like April, April, May, June, and July weekends are gone. As
Totally
far as,
booked.
Yeah, totally booked, Friday
Wow.
through Saturday, because I've been having to sit down there for a while and help cover some staffing. So, it's incredible how many people come through.
That's
so,
amazing. Well,
yeah.
and how it's used by the community, because
Yeah.
these events they're not all concerts and things. They could be parties or meetings or
Yeah.
what have you. It's
Yeah.
so flexible and versatile space.
Yeah. Yes, and of course we're going to be hosting the Mayor's Ball and a Night to Remember and all of those big community events. But you're right, a lot of it is just birthday parties, family gatherings, people that are coming from all over the Four Corners to have like family reunions and
Yeah.
baby showers and engagement parties and all of that. So it's just a great public space.
Yeah, very true. And of course, we can't talk about the Civic Center without talking about the Tota Theater and Lions Wilderness Park Amphitheater. I know Randy has his whole performance schedules
Yes.
set for those main venues, but Tota can host a lot of other events too during the year.
It can, and we just have such success. It's a nice little kind of cozy venue, so if you have something that maybe you can't sell 1,100 seats or 1,200 seats at the big theater, a packed house is 250 over there, and it's just fun and cool and pretty, and so
It's kind of finding its niche, I think, and people are remembering that is another option for
Another venue,
for
yeah.
things to do and see.
Yeah, like we had those candlelight concerts
That's
that
right.
came through. Those were sold out every time. It was just the perfect venue for that. So, of course, those are all available for rent, and so people can host their parties there. And I think people forget about Lions, too. I mean, that is an incredible venue. It's beautiful. You can rent the pavilion for again, parties and different events. You can, get married down in the theater part with the seating and come up and have your reception. So
True.
yeah. Ooh, and the pavilion's finally going to
Pavilion's
open,
gonna
the
open,
market
yeah.
pavilion.
That will be something new this year, right?
Yes,
Right
yeah.
there in your front yard, literally.
Yeah.
So at the
Everybody's
museum.
been seeing it being built, so that's supposed to, we'll have that open this spring.
Nice. And so that will host certainly the growers market for sure, but
Yes.
there's an opportunity for other events too. And
Rent
it
that as well.
sounds like you'll you'll be planning some maybe other things out there as well, and the summer concerts in the backyard of the museum along the river, which is a beautiful spot.
Yeah, I should say our museum foundation actually sponsored the Summer Terrace series this year, so we're so excited and thankful. They have just been incredible to us this year.
Nice.
Incredible to us this year. But they're going to be out there trying to solicit membership and maybe selling concessions in the back, so that'll be
During
a
the
nice
concerts?
ad during
Nice.
the concert. So that'll be a nice ad. But yeah, I mean, if people really love what we're doing at the museum, like a quarter of our budget right now is coming from the foundation. So membership is super important, and yeah,
Wonderful.
So we're excited.
Very good. That's great to hear. I am a longtime member of the Museum Foundation and
Yeah.
proud to be there. So, a member. So that's great. And glad to see that it certainly helps the city to be able to do some of these exciting things that we're
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about this
Right.
morning. So that's
Yeah.
great. Nathan, is there something we've forgotten to talk about as far as the 125th? I know there's another event coming up I'm going to ask you about in a second.
I think we've covered the 125th pretty well.
The biggest ones, at least?
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Very exciting. So the other thing I had seen is something coming up sooner than
Right.
later is this community curator showcase. And so you're asking for the public to help, I guess, to make
Right.
this happen. Talk to me about that.
So the idea is we've got an exhibit up right now called Objects Tell Stories, and its whole point is why do museums collect things, and why and how do they show them and stuff like that. So what we're asking in support of this exhibit is for people who collect things. Lots and lots of people collect things. I was trying to count how many collections I've got, 5 or 6. We want the public to come out and show us their collections, share their collections with the community. It's a great big huge show and tell.
Okay.
So again, to control it, we want people to apply. But please send in your applications. We'd love to see what you collect and know why you collect it. That's
Okay.
really kind of the point of the event.
Got it.
And we're going to have more than one of these. This is the first one, but we're also going to have a kids collect curator, community curator showcase as well.
With kids.
With
nice.
kids, right.
So this first one is coming up on February 21st.
Right. Mhm.
The deadline to apply to take part is the 18th of February,
Correct.
so folks have some time. And I guess you're just asking what collections they would want to display
Right,
and,
exactly.
and how big
Yeah.
they are, I guess, how
Right.
big of a table they would
How big
need.
the table they would need and what they would say about it and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. So I could schlep all my Legos down to the museum
Absolutely.
and put them on
That's
a
part of my
table.
collection.
Think
as
about
well,
that.
so
That'd be so cool. Yeah.
Somebody could. I
Yeah.
don't know. But yeah. But
You don't want to schlep them? Yeah.
Well, I just don't know. I know if I could get them all down there in one piece, that
Yes,
would be
that's
the
true.
challenge.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
very exciting because I think people collect really unique things, and I guess
Right.
that would also be part
Yeah.
of the kind of fascination of what you have
Exactly.
Yeah.
and what people are willing to share. So
Yeah.
that's very exciting. So this will be an event from 11 to 1 on the 21st, and again the first of maybe many.
Right.
Of these things.
Yeah, and I should say, so I'm trying to get, my husband is a avid record collector.
Yeah, he is.
Vinyl.
I've seen how many he
Yes,
has
exactly.
in that house of
Those
yours.
are heavy too, but I was trying to get him to go, but their problem is they want to buy and sell. So if they see records, they're like trying to trade. So there's no buying and selling at
Right.
our.
It's just
He's like, fine, I'm out.
just a show and tell,
Yeah.
not a show and sale.
exactly. They
exactly.
can't help themselves though.
Right? It's in their blood, I think.
Yes,
it's really there. It's true.
exactly.
Very true.
Yeah.
Well, this is very exciting, I must say. And it's really fun for those of us who've seen the city grow and change over the years. Fun to celebrate 125 years and to look back on some of the humble origins of Farmington. I have a poster in my office about dirt Main Street in the late 1800s when there's
Very
maybe
cool.
5 buildings.
Yeah.
And to be able to see kind of the growth since that time and what the city has become and the major retail and cultural center of this
Yeah.
whole region. It's very exciting. And to be able to
Yeah.
tell that story, Nathan, has to be a fun part of your job.
Yeah, absolutely. So talking about the explosive growth,
Yes.
one of the great statistics is in 1950 there were 8 miles of pavement in
Right.
town.
Right?
In 1960, total. In 1960 there was 118 miles of pavement.
10 years later, they
10
had
years
paved
later, right.
100 more miles over,
Yeah.
Right.
more or less.
Yeah.
Amazing. And yeah, they needed to. And I was talking to somebody, probably Barry Digman, about going to school at that time, and that the population was growing so fast the kids could go to school only half a day
Right.
because they needed the space for the other half of the population to
wow.
go to school in the second half of the school day.
Yeah.
And so as they were busy building schools to keep up with the population growth. So
Yeah.
really fun stories and great to reminisce and to celebrate all year long with
Yeah.
both of you and the rest of the city. So
Yeah.
Be very exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Again, the website, farmingtonnm.gov/125.
Correct, yep.
That's where groups can go to apply and get maybe some marketing tools and
Yep.
logos and things like
Yeah.
that if they want to add the branding to their event this year.
Exactly. Well, and I will say the museum, they're not quite there yet. I don't know how we always get behind in life, but we do. But we will be selling some merchandise as well at the museum store. So
Maybe
stay
like
tuned.
the jet. You have to back
Well,
back
oh,
up a bit
see,
so we can see your
look, so this is the
there's
logo.
the logo, right?
Yep.
And so that'll be on certain items, I'm sure.
Yes, this
And
fancy jacket
there
is
you go.
city folk only, but we'll make some
I
shirts.
got you.
and
Nathan's
things
got a
for
nice
it.
pin he's wearing this
Yeah.
morning too. Thank you, Nathan, for
You know,
that.
we didn't
And
bring you anything, Scott.
that's okay. I have this. I have the digital logo that we can display, but that's what we're talking about. But
Yeah.
that's wonderful. Well, again, thank you both for taking some time to come and talk with me. Really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
And we look forward to celebrating all year long.
Yes.
Thank you.
The 125th City of Farmington. My guest this morning here on KSJE. Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did. And if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.